Building a portfolio.
I think that probably with you, Christopher, in your internship experience, that has been my biggest concern, is that you're just doing for us what you're doing elsewhere, but you're not.
See, that's making it challenging. I've never done this type of stuff.
I love it. That makes me so happy.
Corporate stuff.
Yeah.
Applying skills and aptitudes in real-life settings.
You're going to take away 8.
My 11th one.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. And then you'd have 3. You just didn't count that one.
Exploring careers.
What's that? What's this? A giraffe.
Students in Belton ISD's Career and Technical Education, or CTE program, are signing up to find their pathway within the workforce through career practicums.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. I think it really gives you you can really see if you want to work with kids or not. It really gives you the experience to be like, oh, I really like this or I really don't.
Yeah, and it also gives you an idea of what age you like.
Belton High School juniors Elena Martinez and Raylene Lumelli chose the Human Services Practicum, which is new to the high school campus this year for CTE students studying along this career path. 3 daycare businesses have taken in students for this practicum: A+ Learning Academy, Education Station, and Bear Hugs.
We get to help them at snack time. We get to read to them if they need it. We get to play with them outside, play with them at their centers, just help them with whatever they need.
Elena, Raylene, and 2 other practicum students work at Bear Hugs Learning Center, and director Carol Thrasher says they have been a wonderful addition at her facility.
They help the teacher in the room, and they've all been rotating rooms, so they spend a week in each room and then they go to another one. I think they're going to get to stay with us next semester too now, which I think is great. So we can maybe get them just to stay in one room in particular where they feel like they like what they like the best. Some like toddlers, some like infants, some like the older children. So
Thrasher also says that the work these practicum students perform at the facility should help them decide on their future careers with adolescents.
if they wanted to pursue early childhood, they obviously can get their CDA, is what it's called, and it's Early Child Development Associate degree. Temple College has that. Maybe they might not want to stay in childcare, but maybe they want to go into being a teacher or maybe social work. I mean, you know, they may not want to stay in a daycare setting, but move on to something else. I do. And if they love children, they will find out here if it's really what they want to do.
But before students can enter the Human Services Practicum, they must take a child development course at school and become trained in CPR, first aid, and safety through the Texas Workforce Commission.
I think it's going good. I've talked to a couple of the daycares. I've talked to all of them, but a couple of the daycares have shown interest in hiring them like for summer programs, and so they may, you know, turn into paid positions.
Melissa Beecham provides CTE instruction for human services and other occupational learning opportunities for students, including the practicum and education training.
I have some that want to become they want to open their own child care, like in the education class. Some of them want to, you know, be future teachers, and it just gives them a lot of the skills that they need. So when they go to college, they're going to understand some of the different things there, you know, the Texas Essential Knowledge and Skills and things like that we cover through our education and training classes, discipline management, you know, learning to be punctual and, you know, doing good job performance. So things like that are just life skills that, you know, they all can use. But I think it just kind of conditions them and gets them ready for whatever field they're looking at going into.
Grace Garcia has narrowed down her field to bilingual teaching and has chosen Sparta Elementary for her practicum and education training.
I'm there whenever they're doing math and science, and I help them with their math homework, or, you know, whenever they're doing a math problem and they don't understand it, I'll try to explain it to them where they can understand it better.
Grace says she likes to share and get insight from other students in the practicum program.
There's 4 of us in the practicum class, and we sit in here and we talk about like lesson plans and what we've done in the schools that we're on site. It's really fun and I enjoy doing it.
She also enjoys talking about becoming an educator with Veronica Champion, a 2nd grade bilingual teacher at Sparta Elementary.
I think she's doing great. This year she's working with my small group math. So math groups. So yeah, she's able to get a lot of hands-on training and experience, you know, of what the different jobs you have as a teacher. It's not just, you know, teaching, You know, one thing, you have to be caring for the kids, you have to be understanding, because you're really just their role models. And my kids love grades. I just think it's a great teaching experience for them that they need to have before, you know, so they can decide if they really want to go into the teaching profession. And because it's, you know, it is a lot of hard work.
Another practicum making broadcast waves is offered through the Audio Video Technology program. Christopher Vasquez provides his classroom skills producing promotional videos for the Temple College Foundation.
The biggest thing really is new opportunities and new experience. I'm doing stuff that I want to be introduced in the current situation I was in school. Of course, school gives me a lot of opportunities, but really they show me a lot of new people. I've met new people, just giving me new work, and I got to do new projects that I didn't need to do before, but now I need to. It's really helped me out.
So you want to stay working with us for the entire year? Is that what I heard you say?
Sure.
Right on. And you got that on camera? Yeah. Good.
Jennifer Graham, the executive director of the Temple College Foundation, provides a number of internships and practicums from area colleges and schools at her organization. When Christopher came on board, he began working in the public relations and marketing department.
The very first one he did was just a promotional video for the foundation, and it was taking some things that we had already put together before and really enriching it and animating it and making it into video, and it came back beautifully. And that was all Christopher. And so that started it. And when I saw that, it was like, okay, turn him loose. He can do some other stuff.
Graham sees great potential in her work-study students and hopes that other businesses will provide the same opportunities.
Part of my wanting to have them is to be able to show the rest of the business community, you are not getting a high school kid you babysit. You are getting somebody who's going to produce something. And I'm emphatic that every one of our interns and every one of our student workers, but every one of our folks working here is improving skills, using skills, building a resume. You know, we hold them to the same standards as far as getting to work on time and dressing the part and all of those sorts of things that we would any employee. And so I think for our high schoolers to understand that is super important. They get it before they're having to live off their wages, and that's wonderful. So for them to walk into the workforce understanding what a work ethic is and how to do a job. Hopefully we're growing a workforce that's really skilled and really employable.